Hello, friends. Welcome back to Too Many Minis. My name's Ozzy. I went to Seven Stones this weekend, and I will do a proper video on that probably, but I just wanted to show off the display boards from the day. The first up one, this was Callum and Ashley from our London group, and they did this mad. They dressed up as Christian Rivers and Brian Van Hole, who worked at Weta Digital and are responsible for many of the good things, and also like the bit where you can see, what is it, two Arwyns? I can't remember. Arwyn replaces Legolas in the as an early thing, but it was amazing. They'd done everything like the OSX 10.6 Aqua window frames inside a computer monitor. Unbelievable. Calvin and John had a beautiful Ent army, and they had t-shirts that said "Pretend I'm a Tree," which is a top costume. There was a troll fellowship from Chris and Mark, with every member of the fellowship done as a troll. And a lovely oversized Balin's tomb. James Braun and Sam Jeffrey, who wasn't there, we played them. They had Mick on the second day filling in, but they had an amazing Children of Turin Turambar themed army on board. We've made up profiles for them. Incredible. This was James Wilson, Sam Huddy, like Traitors TV show themed board. This totally went over my head because I haven't watched the Traitors, but there's amazing stuff. You had the White Wizard approaches where they had a Gandalf and Saruman, which is it kind of thing going on. This was an incredible Blackgate fight board with a flaming Nazgul and a smoke machine. This is our board. Me and Chico. Chico did the board, and the Mumak conversion is fantastic. We wanted to represent like the battle for Edoras from the War of the Rohirrim film, but like with the Sauron Variags. So that's our board. This is Erebor recycled because it's Damien O'Byrne's old board being reused. Jay Clare and Jake Rawson had an amazing, like the 9 ring race before they were corrupted, when they were still like kings of men, and they could corrupt in game and turn into ring wraiths. They had profiles laid out for all of them, of course, looking legit. Chris and Pete had like this incredible Bilbo's 112th birthday, so he's like in Rivendell having a massive party with the dwarves and Gandalf and Elrond. It's an incredible board. I think that won one of the big prizes. Incredible stuff. Here's a bigger and badder Battle for Edoras board with a Mumak as well. And it's got a Hama on top of the Mumak. Yeah, similar ideas to us, this one, but on a grander scale. This was Sam, Larry, Kieran, and Mark, like 4 people, you know what I mean? 2 doubles sides against each other, both sides of the battle. Joe Harley and Chris Ryder, Transport for Middle Earth, and they were wearing like railway worker outfits. Jamie and Jasmine had brought like a Knights of the Round Table Camelot theme. This was like a Fantasy Fellowship thing where you got a random roll, and so each game they'd play with like a different fellowship made up of these random ones, and that sounded really fun to play against. You get some pretty random results. Alex and Ollie from a London crew had this like beautiful Rivendell board. It's like young Aragorn when he's growing up. Now, I didn't actually see who this was because they had so much fluff, but they had 3 boards: the hunt for Gollum, the capture of Gollum, and then Gollum's escaped and tracking the Fellowship through Moria. across these 3 boards. Absolutely bonkers levels of effort, crazy. You can see Gollum here lurking in the corner, and I love these objective markers. And this was the Clubbies. They had this Super Mario Brothers. They were in the Mario costumes for the weekend. Top-notch stuff. Bonkers journey through Moria board for the Fellowship with like light up, like every bit lit up for the different scenes. And this was the Websters, and they like played through Battle Company style through the story, gaining and losing boons and bonuses and setbacks. And in our game against them, Gandalf had to face off against the Balrog as well as having our battle, and they both died at the end. Spoilers. There's an incredible converted Watcher in the Water, which I haven't got a good video of there. This was my favourite board, Amon Sul. So it was before, and this is like, all the Angmar and Arnor with all of the characters from that. I love this converted dying elf. Just fantastic stuff, the kind of storytelling around the board. The inside is the stone of Amon Sul. Just incredible. It's all lit up. This is all made from foam. You can check it out on Instagram, the making of it. I think it's Elliot Prowse. And yeah, I'll put the link in Instagram for the making, because I've been watching it being made, and it's just incredible. More incredible stuff for Minas Tirith on manoeuvres down in the south, and the incredible board of the Grey Havens from Jay and Camille, and they had the incredible Celeborn and Galadriel costumes for the whole the whole weekend, and they look fantastic. They was fantastic. Anyway, it was a great weekend. Great to see so many familiar faces, and the hobby level was off the hook, as you can see. Here's me and Chico in our costumes. I'll try and do a proper video rounding up the whole weekend, but I just wanted to get the display boards up because everybody's asking me.